Hey guys, welcome back to yet another video of TechWafer. Hopefully you're having a great day. Deal here, your host, and in this video I'm going to review a value for money device. Well, that's Realme C25s, and why I'm calling this particular smartphone a value for money or a really well settled budget device. Let's just find out in this review. Starting off with its design and build, the Realme C25 is made up of polycarbonate material and it has this textured matte finish like the earlier C series smartphone. And the benefit of having textured and matte finish at the back is that this phone stays protected from the fingerprints and also scratches. There is a vertical strip at the left side of the phone that has Realme logo along with the human fingerprint texture. As far as the grip is concerned, when you are holding the smartphone, it is not going to fall that easily. Because of the textured finish, the phone's grip is pretty solid. And while we are speaking about the grip, the in-hand feel of the smartphone is also great. This phone has a curved back, which makes it pretty easier to hold and operate even with single hand. You will find the position of the fingerprint scanner to be optimal, and it is easily approachable for a person with average hands. At the top, you are going to find a minimal camera bump that houses a triple camera setup, and the primary sensor is a 48 megapixel lens, and that is the first key feature of this smartphone. We'll talk about the rest in their particular sections and also test this camera's performance in the camera section, so stay tuned and watch this video till the very end. When you switch the smartphone to the bottom, you are going to find a speaker grill along with USB Type-C connector, a microphone and 3.5mm headphone jack. At the right side, this phone houses a power button along with the volume rockers, and they can be approached and used single-handedly without any noticeable trouble. So as far as the ease of use for these buttons is concerned, I'd say these are good to go for. At the left side, this phone houses a SIM tray slot that carries the dual micro SIM along with the micro SD card slot, so you can expand your storage if you want to. As far as the colors are concerned, the C25s comes in two color variants. The first one is water blue that we are reviewing today, and the other one is water grey color that is a bit darker. Even though the phone is made up of polycarbonate material, yet it has a solid build. And this phone is quite heavier because of its 6000 mAh battery, which is the second selling point of this particular smartphone. Now moving forward to the bulkiness, this phone weighs 209 grams, which is above average, and it has 9.6mm of thickness. Still, for a budget segment device, I'm pretty happy that this phone offers a solid build quality. As far as the display of this phone is concerned, this phone houses a 6.5 inches IPS panel with 720 pixels into 1600 pixels of resolution, which is HD plus resolution, which surely is not the sharpest display out there, but in this price segment, it is a good to go for device, especially for watching movies and shows. And now that we are speaking about watching content on this smartphone, the viewing angles are also great. The brightness on smartphone is overall reasonable, and you can use the smartphone under normal daylight without noticeable trouble, and that's a good thing. As for the audio, the C25s features a single down-firing speaker. It is not the loudest or the clearest of all, but in this price segment, it will do just fine. Well, as far as the gaming and the performance of this phone is concerned, this phone features MediaTek Helio G85 chipset, which is surely an upgrade over the C25, and it is coupled with 4GB of RAM. As far as the gaming is concerned, you can play games, the graphic-intensive games like PUBG, Call of Duty, and even Genshin Impact. But if you want to stay protected from the lag or stutter, I would recommend you to use lower graphic settings with the ultra frame rate for the optimal gaming performance. And it's not like this phone cannot run those games on HD settings, but I'm just saying that for the optimal performance, you should opt for these settings. Well, as far as the overall experience of the C25s in terms of the gaming and day-to-day use is concerned, I can easily recommend this smartphone. And while we are speaking about the gaming, one thing to mention here is that this phone is missing a gyroscope sensor, but there is a software-based gyroscope sensor that is available that does not work like a hardware sensor, but it is a good option to have on board. Speaking about the software, the Realme's User Interface 2.0 running at the top of Android 11.0 is available in the Realme C25s. And that, my friend, is definitely the cleanest user interface that you can get from any other company except Google, because they are running the stock Android on their Pixel smartphones. And not just that, but they're also running some stock Android apps like the phone's dialer, the gallery, the files, and a lot of others. It is highly customizable software. You can get a lot of customization even in the notification panel. You can choose the settings that you want to have in the notification panel or remove whatever you find unnecessary. And you do get an option to customize your icons, so you can set the material design, the bevel design, and the best of all, your own custom design that you can set, or you can also download the third-party apps from the Play Store and change the icon design as per your liking. So that, I think, is the feature that most people were looking forward to have in the Realme smartphone, and now that it's available, I think it's good for a lot of users. So overall, the software experience of the Realme C25 is actually pretty great. The next department where the phone really shines is its cameras. The phone has a 48 megapixel primary sensor along with the 2 megapixel macro lens and a 2 megapixel black and white sensor, and it has an 8 megapixel selfie shooter. As far as the camera's performance is concerned, when it comes to the user experience, the camera apps are responsive and run smoothly with a lot of modes available to choose from. Photos that are captured in daylight with the primary sensor are actually pretty good with decent details and natural looking colors. However, during the night the photos turn a bit grainy. The Super Nightscape mode can come handy and provide additional optimization during the night, but still the photos are not going to turn great, but that's a problem we should expect from budget segment devices. As far as the video capturing is concerned, you can record 1080p video at 60 frames per second and the video's quality is pretty decent. The dynamic range is great, but the exposure control needs a bit of optimization. Well, as far as the battery life of the smartphone is concerned, the C25s can last 2 days without any issue, and if you are a heavy user, this phone can last a day and a half without any noticeable trouble, and for a casual smartphone user, it can even last 3 days because of its massive 6000 mAh battery. Well, as far as the battery's charging speed is concerned, this phone comes with an 18 watt power brick in the box, and that can charge this smartphone up to 100% in 3 to 3.5 hours, which is surely not the fastest charging speed that's available out there, but in this particular price segment, it is pretty good and actually above average. So as far as the battery life of the phone is concerned, there is really nothing to worry about. Now it's time for the verdict, and I can summarize my whole experience in just one line, and I bet that you already know it. It is indeed a value for money smartphone, and for a smartphone that offers triple camera setup with the 48 megapixel sensor being the primary one and 8 megapixel selfie shooter with 6000 mAh massive battery, MediaTek Helio G85 coupled with 4 GB of RAM that performs quite well, especially in this price segment. This is indeed a good pick, and if you would like to buy a smartphone in this particular price segment, you should definitely have the C25s in your list. And with that being said, I do hope that you have enjoyed this video, and if you really did, a like because of the value for money device and a subscribe to the channel would be highly appreciated. And I will see you in the next one. Till then, peace out.